Boxing is a game of split-second timing, and the great ones can make it up as they go, and Devin Haney proved that he was great. Check him out. So, as round one started, Devin Haney changes levels and springs up with a jab. B. Norman pulls out of the range of the jab, tries to land a jab of his own, and Devin Haney ducks. When Devin Haney didn't use this hand right here to clinch and try to use his strength, I knew he was making a statement. He kind of set the tone for the fight right here. Now look, B. Norman changes his stance because Devin Haney ducks down and pulls straight back, and he wants to catch him with a left hook. But then he turns that left hook into a straight, and it was a bunch of countering and maneuvering. Even in this sequence right here, Devin Haney holds the phone like everyone says he couldn't do, and he tries to counter with the catch and shoot, counter with the left hook, and B. Norman throws a right hand and catches him on the shoulder because he's defensively sound. Because he had his hook up to deflect, and he deflected with the shoulders too as well. So very technical fight. Right here, Devin Haney drops. And because he drops in front of B. Norman throws the hook to where Devin Haney's head was, and he last remembered. So he throws it at that level instead of at his shoulder level, right? And that little drop makes all the difference because he throws it as Devin Haney's rising, and he ends up hitting Devin Haney on the shoulders because he threw it where he last saw him. That little small adjustment that he made was the key to Devin Haney's hook landing and Brian Norman's missing. Because Devin Haney was still holding the phone, but he still left a little room for him to try to squeeze a short hook where his chin was poking out. It just didn't work. And that's the game of boxing, split-second timing. Look right here, Devin Haney drops. B. Norman opens up and tries to catch him with a short hook. And look, there's a little opening right there. Devin Haney's holding the phone, but there's still a small opening. Devin Haney's rotating his hips for the hook, so Brian Norman starts a short hook and Devin Haney starts a long, but the long hook is out of his peripheral vision. And because he's so focused on his offense and his short hook, he never sees the punch. And people say don't hook with a hooker, right? In certain circumstances, you might be right, but hooks are circumstantial too as well. Normally, a short hook is better than a long hook. But in this case, Devin Haney throwing the long hook, he didn't see it. And because he's so focused on the short hook and throwing it where he last seen his head, it was perfect. It was Devin Haney's throwing this long hook. He rotates his hips, and there's a space right there. As you can see, he's holding the phone, but there's still a little space right there. But that little adjustment of him dipping down before he rose up was all the difference. Punch, but he still followed through with his hook. And Brian Norman's hits his chest, and his lands perfectly on the mark. Brian Norman never sees it. And because Devin Haney made that small adjustment of dropping before he threw the hook, that was all the difference. And then he finishes him up with a left hook and then behind the guard, and then just throws the right hand through the guard where he sees the opening and then ends up dropping him.